The Apple Tree and the Farmer. Once upon a time, there lived a farmer in a village beside a forest. He had a big garden that had an old apple tree and other plants, trees and beautiful flowers. When the farmer was a little boy, he spent much of his time playing with the apple tree. Those days the apple tree had given the choicest of apples to him. However, as time passed, the apple tree became old and stopped bearing fruits. Now that the farmer was not getting any apples from the tree, he decided that the tree was useless. Therefore, he decided to cut the tree and use its wood to make some new furniture. He felt that since the tree was old and huge, he did not have to cure it, and it would make great furniture. He forgot that as a boy, he had spent his entire childhood climbing the tree and eating its apples. Now the apple tree was home to several little animals in the neighborhood. This included squirrels, sparrow, and a huge variety of birds and insects. When the farmer took his axe and began chopping the tree, all the little animals came rushing down. They all began to plead with the farmer. They gathered round the farmer and said, "Please don't cut the tree. We used to play with you when you were small, under this very tree. This is our home, and we have no other place to go." The farmer was adamant. He raised his axe, and the commotion grew. "Please don't chop and destroy my home and kids," cried the squirrel. "Please don't chop and destroy my nest," cried the little birds. "Please don't cut the apple tree," cried the grasshopper. The farmer, however, forgot his childhood and his animals' friends. He began to chop the tree harder. All the little animals became desperate and wanted to protect the apple tree at any cost. The little animals said, "We will sing for you when you are toiling away in the fields. We will look after your little boy. He will not cry, but instead will be entertained and happy. You will like our songs and will not feel tired." However, their cries for help fell on deaf ears. Despite all their requests, the farmer continued to chop down the tree. All of a sudden, he noticed something shiny. On inspecting it, he realized that it was a beehive full of honey. He took a little and put it in his mouth. The taste of the honey woke up the little boy in him. Suddenly, the memories of his childhood came rushing back. The honey tasted so good that he wanted more. It brought a sense of happiness to him. He smiled and exclaimed, "This tasted amazing." Realizing the change in the farmer's attitude, and little animals spoke in unison, the bee said, "I will always provide you with sweet honey." The squirrel said, "I will share any amount of nuts that you want." The bird cried, "We will sing as many songs as you want." Finally, the farmer realized his folly and put down his axe. He understood that the tree was home to many lovely animals that provided him with so many things. He wanted his little boy to have the childhood that he had. The farmer realized that the apple tree was not that fruits less. The little boy in him saved the apple tree. He threw away the axe and said to the little creatures, "I promised that I would never cut this tree. I have realized my mistake, and you all can now live in peace and harmony." The little creatures thanked the bee profusely. If the farmer had not found the beehive, they would have been homeless by now. They continued living happily in the old apple tree. Moral: each and every living thing in nature is of some use. We should not destroy any living thing. Foolish monkeys. Before several centuries, there was a very large, dense, and dark forest. A group of monkeys arrived at the forest. It was winter season, and the monkeys struggled hard to survive the freezing cold nights. They were hunting for fire to get warm. One night, they saw a firefly and considered it a dab of fire. All the monkeys in the group shouted, "Fire, fire, fire! Yeah, we got fire!" A couple of monkeys tried to catch the firefly, and it escaped. They were sad as they could not catch the fire. They were talking to themselves that they couldn't live in the cold if they didn't get the fire. The next night, again they saw many fireflies. After several attempts, the monkeys caught a few fireflies. They put the fireflies in a hole dug in the land and tried to blow the flies. They blew the flies very hard without knowing the fact that they were flies. An owl was watching the activities of the monkeys. The owl reached the monkeys and told them, "Hey, those are not fire, they are flies. You won't be able to make fire from it." The monkeys laughed at the owl. One monkey replied the owl, "Hey, old owl, you don't know anything about how to make fire. Don't disturb us." The owl warned the monkeys again and asked them to stop their foolish act. "Monkeys, you cannot make fire from the flies. Please hear my words." The monkeys tried to make fire from the flies. The owl told them again to stop their foolish act. "You are struggling so much. Go take your shelter in a nearby cave. You can save yourself from the freezing cold. You won't get fire." One monkey shouted at the owl, and the owl left the place. The monkeys were simply doing the foolish activity for several hours, and it was almost midnight. They were very tired and realized that the words of the owl were correct, and they were trying to blow a fly. They sheltered themselves at the cave and escaped from the cold. We may go wrong many times and should seek and accept the advice, suggestions provided by others.
Unhelpful friends. Bunny Rabbit lived in the forest. He had many friends. He was proud of his friends. One day Bunny Rabbit heard the loud barking of wild dogs. He was very scared. He decided to ask for help. He quickly went to his friend Deer. He said, "Dear friend, some wild dogs are chasing me. Can you chase them away with your sharp antlers?" The deer said, "That is right, I can. But now I am busy. Why don't you ask Bear for help?" Bunny Rabbit ran to the bear. "My dear friend, you are very strong. Please, help me. Some wild dogs are after me. Please chase them away," he requested to the bear. The bear replied, "I am sorry. I am hungry and tired. I need to find some food. Please ask the monkey for help." Poor Bunny went to the monkey, the elephant, the goat and all his other friends. Bunny felt sad that nobody was ready to help him. He understood that he had to think of a way out by himself. He hid under a bush. He lay very still. The wild dogs did not find the bunny. They went chasing other animals. Bunny Rabbit learned that he had to learn to survive by himself, not depending on his unhelpful friends. Moral: it is better to rely on yourself than depend on others.
Thanks for watching.